Hello everyone, welcome to GNU according to CD, that is Government of National Unity. So let's go back to Miss Universe 2024, where now I am showing you my top 5. Once again, my winner is still Miss USA. So who are the other 4 girls? The other 4 girls, it is
Denmark, Dominican Republic,
Botswana, Jamaica.
And like I said, Miss USA taking the crown as Miss Universe 2024. So guys, the reason why I am picking these 5 is because of their performance as well as their advocacy. And even if you look at the indoor interviews, they scored above 9.5 in the closed door interview. 9.5 above that. I know Miss USA did something like 9.6. Miss Somalia also performed really well above 9.7, I think it was. However, though, if we have to replace some of the girls, let's say in case some of them don't make it, but this time around, I'm just only going to switch to 3. And so who am I going to remove in the top 5 to replace them with these 3? I would remove Denmark, replace her with Finland. I would remove Ecuador and replace her with Peru. And then I would remove with Thailand. All right. So those are my top 5 and alternative 3 of the 5. Now, somebody also asked about who do I think is going to be the Continental Queen. Who is going to be crowned the Continental Queen? So as you know, they are going to pick 30 semi-finalists, right? From 126 girls now, I believe. So 30 they're going to choose. Out of the 30, now we're going to have continental competitions where they're going to crown Miss Continental. So obviously, as you know, continental stuff like that. It's self-explanatory. So who do I see as Miss Continental? I've got 2 in mind. Either Miss Zimbabwe. I think Sakile Dube is going to be crowned Miss International. And if she is crowned Miss International, she does automatically places herself in the top 12. If it's not Sakile Dube that is going to be Miss Continental, it's going to be Miss Namibia. If Miss Namibia makes it as the Continental Queen, then she automatically gets into the top 12. Now it's the top 5 that is going to be a hurdle to climb from what I see. So those are the 2 that I foresee making it to the top. I don't have an alternative for Continental Queen, Sakile Dube, or Miss Namibia making it as Continental Queens. And I would leave it at that, or leave it for your own predictions. I would also like to see your own predictions in the comment section. Who do you think is going to make it on the top 12? Who do you think is going to make it as a Continental Queen? Who do you think is going to make it in the top 5? And who is your Miss Universe 2024 winner? I am very interested to hear all of that. Again, I am not taking any key from the your methodology. I still think these people get paid to promote some of these girls. This is just my opinion. I'm not saying they are doing it. It's my opinion and observations as well, because it doesn't make sense that they will stick to the same girls every single year and hope for the best. No, money has been exchanged here. Black plastic bag, I think, has been exchanged in pushing, because if the judges are watching these hot pickers, they'll get influenced. They definitely will get influenced. That is why, as a judge, you're not supposed to be listening to what's going on out there, so that you do not unfairly treat the other girls simply because you've been influenced by the YouTubers that do hot picks. I mean, we've seen a country already that believed in these hot pickers and they actually thought those were winners. No, these were interchanging. They would look at their face cards, they would look at their dresses, they would look at everything that they were doing per day. But some of these hot pickers were just sticking to the same girls through and through and through. In most of them, South Africa did not even feature. They were cutting Mia Leroux out. Well, because South Africa believes in fair game. That is why we are world champions in most sports, because we are not going to compromise our reputation. We are not going to compromise the principles of a competition. And that is why many of them don't understand. They fail to understand, number one, that South Africa is a rainbow nation. We have 4 different races, if not 5 different races that are South African. And so just because South Africa is in Africa, and then they say, why a black girl did not win? If a black girl did not meet the standard and the principles of a competition, should we give her anyway? That's corrupt. That's Africa for you. That's corruption. Just because she's black and she does not meet the standards of a competition, we should give it to her anyway because she's black? You need to check yourselves. You need to check your morals. You need, especially people like the African Americans, those that are so-called work African Americans. America is the most competitive country in the world when it comes to competitions of any kind. You would think they would recognize a competition when they see one, irrespective of race. Irrespective. But no, simply because they have their issues with their white people in America, they want the rest of the black nation all over the world to have the similar issues with white people. We don't work like that in South Africa, and we'll never work like that in South Africa. We believe and also respect the whole concept of competition. We do. And I do also see some South Africans, oh, Nompumelelo should have won. Nompumelelo would be the one that is representing us. Nompumelelo did not meet the standard of Miss South Africa competition. That is why she's the first runner-up. The sooner you understand the concept of competitions, the better for you not to make this type of comments, because you're only exposing how corrupt your mind is. That's it. There is no running away from that. Mia Leroux, she had a very powerful message. Nompumelelo had a typical message. Very typical message. We've heard what she was saying in her, answering of the question. We've heard that before. Then comes Mia Leroux with inclusivity. Not only she comes with inclusivity, but she lives the exclusion of her community of people that are deaf and other people that are living with disability. Now, because you are an abled body and you are looking, Nompumelelo is the one that should have won. Nompumelelo would not have withdrawn. Even if she had broken her toe, she still would have competed in Miss Universe 2024. She did not meet the standard. She came with a typical mission statement. Typical. Stuff that it's like on Miss World. They asked Miss World a question. So what is your goal, or what are you going to do as Miss World? And the answer is, I am going to strive to make world peace, world peace. Haven't we heard this so many times from probably the 1950s, since this beauty pageant started? World peace, world peace. Everybody wants world peace. And then you think with that type of mission statement, you are going to win. No, come with something outlandish, something different, something that is going to make everybody go, wow, that is so true. Even sometimes many people even resonate. I saw some green, white, and green people who were going with Mia Leroux simply because in their own families, they have people living with deafness. But their government is ignoring them totally, including their beauty queens. They never talk about them. They are excluded. And that is why they say, I voted for Mia Leroux because she represents my brother. She represents my sister. She represents somebody I love in my family who is also deaf. So now Nompumelelo is an able body. She did not bring it to the table. She didn't. But because most of the girls' mission statements or advocacies were similar in nature, we had to pick the next best one, and that was Nompumelelo. But it was second best to Mia LaRue's. So let's stop being. If you don't understand how these things work, rather educate yourself. Just like you don't understand rugby, for you to be able to celebrate when we win a World Cup, what do? You go and Google, you go and learn what is a try, what is a scramble, and all these things that are done in rugby so that you understand the game. And when we score, you know you are celebrating something that you understand. So same goes with beauty pageants. Beauty pageants are scored as per how what comes out of your mouth, what's in your mind, what's in your heart, what do you stand for? So we've seen many of what Nompumelelo talked about, and I think she understands that too. That is why she took it like a champion. So let's stop doing this and say, if Mia LaRue, we know those are the so-called Pan-Africanists that are saying these things. That's what they are doing. And that is why when you go to many of the the platforms, they are bashing at Mia. Mia is not like us, the abled bodies. If you don't know what vertigo is, try spinning. Just spin for a couple of seconds and then stop and see if will be able to walk straight. You're going to fall to the ground. This is exactly how deaf people go through on a daily basis, especially if they are overpressurized about something they need to learn, need to do. I went to school with a deaf boy when I went to high school, and he used to struggle a lot with vertigo, especially towards final exams, because it's too much pressure. So just spin around for a few seconds and then stop and try walking straight and tell me if you're not going to struggle with vertigo. Tell me if you're not going to struggle with vertigo. So anyways, guys, I don't want to preach too long. I just wanted to show you my top 5 and my winner for Miss Universe 2024. Let's see if I'm going to be wrong for the first time ever when I pick my winner in Miss Universe. So let's see. And I shall see you guys. Please don't leave this video without liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. And when the winner is announced, of course, we're not going to see it live. I wanted to go live with you guys so we can just have a ball once again. But SABC was like, sorry, we're canceling this. Mia LaRue is no longer there. So it's pointless to use all this money for what? For what? And so I support that 100%. I do. But other than that, guys, let's see each other a little bit later. Goodbye.